It might be of good cheer, it might be of good intention, but you see, corruption has eaten so deep in this system. Toba fi 1 naira le loke, koto desale ton low to the 1 kobo.
Just said it the truth.
So you might not be able to blame him in entirety, but it's not to say that we cannot still hold him accountable. On the first night, a very wealthy Indian was brought in. Yoruba, we are very funny people.
I know.
We're very funny people.
Yeah, we've always said that. I thank God that you're confirming it.
No, Yoruba, they're very funny people. I will call a guy's name. Chike Anosike is a bank, like I heard, is a bank manager or senior bank manager. He was transferred to the ICU. This is the worst Nigeria has been ever. Nigeria is a failed state. Lagos is gradually failing. Let Mr. Governor hear. You need to do better. You need to do more. Ilu Eko is gradually failing. I was born in Lagos. I schooled all my life in Lagos. I'm a bona fide Lagosian. A color sorry missy. So I'm telling you, this state is gradually failing because of greed and inhumane attitude. And the way this corona is going to spread to the less privileged or the common man, I will tell you, for those of you who are cooks, for those of you who are stewards, for those of you who are gardeners, who are in contact with these big people in Lekki, in Aja, in Ikoyi, in Banana Island, protect yourselves. Don't bring corona to your families. Nobody will care for you. Just give us 10 standard hospitals around Nigeria, across the country. Just give us 10 standard ones. We're not asking for much. Where you can go to and get proper health care. Pay our doctors. Pay them at least 1 million, 2 million. Pay them good money. Let them begin to come back home. Say they want to come and work in Nigeria because you are doing well. They don't have jobs where they are going to, but they will just wait to see whether an opening will come. Yeah. They rather die in the cold than to come back home. Let's fix this country. Let's fix this nation. Or are we praying that Nigeria should just go into oblivion, just die and fade out? Because the bad germ will die, will fade out. When I've been out of there for a while, I promised myself when I was leaving the world that I was going to write to the state government. I was going to do a publication to the newspaper. But when I came out, I just said, you know what? This nonchalance just came. I said, what can you do? Let me just watch you one share. When God realized that I would refuse to do what He has sent me to do, He raised you up because He wanted people to hear this story. I said I was going to write directly to the state governor and tell him the situation. Maybe they are lying to him.
It appears that he himself looked like a confused person to me.
Maybe they are lying to him. Maybe it might be of good cheer, it might be of good intention. But you see, corruption has eaten so deep in this system. Toba fi 1 naira le loke. Koto desale ton lo ti de 1 kobo.
Just said it the truth.
So you might not be able to blame him in entirety, but it's not to say that we cannot still hold him accountable.
We must, because he's the leader.
Yes.
And he's the chief security officer, even the chief health officer.
It's not to say that we can't hold him accountable, but we cannot just blame him 100%. I started my journey in the word, and on the first night, a very wealthy Indian was brought in. Yoruba, we are very funny people.
I know.
We're very funny people.
Yeah, we've always said that. I thank God that you're confirming it.
No, Yoruba, they're very funny people. And the Lord told me, that was the first time I was going to hear it. In all of this, I did not hear the voice of God.
Maybe He allowed you to just go through it.
Praying. Just as Jesus did not hear his voice, even on the cross.
Yeah.
So I just felt that maybe, but everything just will not say, at least say what I say. As he said that, pẹ̀lú ògo àtòrí ọ̀fẹ́ Ọlọ́run, Malika. Mo tó wá pé ó ti tó àkókò náà ni kò sí wàhálà, ṣùgbọ́n at that point I heard the voice of God. Mo gbóhùn Ọlọ́run. Olúwa sì sọ fún mi, ó ní Júdà wo ẹ tó gbé wọlé, ó ní kò ní dàárọ̀ ọ̀la o.
Kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀?
Bí mo bá parọ́ kí Ọlọ́run kó jẹ mí níyà. And I left my worries. You know, the first, as a prophet, as a man of God, your first instinct to just start to pray for that person. I just started praying for the man. Father Lord, Oluwajo, Majoku. You know, I just felt like Jesus Christ. I just came to save everybody in the world.
Even saving the thief on the left or the right.
I'm telling you. Then, you know, then Emiara entu ba mi sọ̀rọ̀. Someone took gbẹ́rù ẹlẹ́rù sórí. Kó tún fa tiẹ̀ lámbàgì ni. Mo ní wọ́n lọ ṣàánú mi o. Aláàárẹ̀ lè mi náà o. Ẹ̀bẹ̀ ni mo ń gbé Olúwa ṣàánú mi má jẹ́ kú o. I started praying for myself too. It wasn't funny o.
I know.
Kò funny o. I woke up at 3 a.m. I woke up, I prayed. I was praying. And I sat up on my bed. I was looking at the man. I didn't know he was even gone.
You're all.
Yes. Ó ti kú. Ó ti sùn ní okùn àyà Jésù. And I was just praying. Mo kàn gbàdúrà tèmi pé Olúwa gbà mí. Olúwa gbà mí. I was just praying. And the Spirit of God was telling me something, but I was not paying attention because I was worried. I was sick. I wanted to get well. But I knew that only pills could not give me healing. Because if the doctor checked that last, but I knew that only those pills alone could not give me divine healing. So I was praying, and the Spirit of God was ministering to me that man was there, but I did not pay attention. So when I finished praying, I just slept. I prayed for maybe 45 minutes because I didn't have strength. I just slept. Then I woke up at 5:30, which is our regular time that we, to pray. So when I finished praying, I was reading the Bible, and I heard the voice of God. I heard the voice of the angel. Ohùn Ọlọ́run yàtọ̀ sí ohùn màlíkà. Ó ní Júdà ṣe mọ̀ wípé ìránṣẹ́ tó wà wájú ẹ̀yẹ ti kú. Mo ní báwo ló ṣe máa kú. Ó ní wo ìka rẹ̀, look at his finger. Ìka rẹ̀ ti ṣẹ́ funfun. Ó ti ṣẹ́ funfun débi. He looked like somebody that was dead for 7 days. I was shocked. Are you telling me that ẹgbẹ́ tó ti sùn ní mo wà yìí? Ẹ̀rọ Ọlọ́run bà mí.
Ọ̀gá.
Ara mi ṣẹ́gìrì, mo ní wo Ọlọ́run ṣàánú. Mo ní òwí bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀. òjì kan lù kan pa owó kan gbà kan là bó o bá pa ta ní fẹ́ mú ọ sí bó o bá jí ta ní fẹ́ mú ọ sí kò sí ọba ṣe yóò wùn ẹ̀rí ọba ńlá mo júbà rẹ o mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ rẹ. The man was dead. And I feared God. I said, well, I thank God for his life.
Oh God. Oh God.
The people that brought that man the previous night, the man was even asking them that, are they eating? They were answering it. They were telling the nursing woman in Yoruba that they had not eaten. But the woman said that she cannot tell the man that come on, pressure. Come on, I had 1.5 in my Bible. I was even offering to give them the 1.5 so that they, because I was seeing my brothers and the pain they went. I was seeing it through them. I don't know how or where they are taking the man or how much stress they had gone through. So I just offered that this 1.5 let me just come on to one kanje. The woman said I should not worry that they will go and sort themselves and everything. I said okay. I just felt sympathy for them. I didn't know them from anywhere. Back to the morning, the man was dead. I ate my breakfast beside the dead body. I ate my lunch beside the dead body. It was after lunch they came to evacuate that body.
Oh God. So serious.
And that was serious. Later in the afternoon. These are some of the things I think that they should check. The evacuation systems should be faster. We don't pray for deaths. But in case of any death, it should be faster. I ate breakfast there. I ate lunch beside that dead body. If we presume or we assume or we confirm that the man died of corona, I could easily have been, even reinfected if I was getting better at that point. They took the man later in the afternoon. They brought in another man. And when they brought in that man, I was also praying for. At that point, I think I had spent 3 days. So I started picking up a bit. So when they brought in that man, the man would urinate on himself. The nurses really tried. I'm not going to lie. Èyàn gbọ́dọ̀ lè kó wọn pọ̀ pé gbogbo wọn ni ò dá. Èyàn gbọ́dọ̀ bù wọ́n kù. They really try because they will clean the man up. Tó bá yàgbẹ́ orí bẹ́ẹ̀dì náà ló ti máa clean ẹ̀. Ló ti máa ẹni tí wọ́n mọ̀ rí wọn mọ̀ràn ẹ̀ rí pé wọ́n fún wọn lówó. There is no special money being given to them, or maybe the families are tipping them or something. So but when I looked at the man's urine, it was like blood. Because before they started using Pampers or whatever for him, thinking about his chest, be white to what by, it was like red. It wasn't even yellow, it was red.
That's diabetes.
So they tried everything, but the space in between calls is also too long. When one doctor will come before another one comes, it's also too long. Anything could happen between that time. That man died.
Was he a black man or a foreigner?
No, it was a black man. They also brought in another man. According to what I gathered, I don't know how true. Said he's a senior advocate of Nigeria. Chubby, dark man. This one really hit me bad because I just got up to go use the restroom. It was okay. He just finished eating, and I went into the restroom. I went to do number 2. Like 15-20 minutes. Because when I'm in there, sometimes I even pray there. I have an alone time, to be in spirit and to also pray. So I spent about 20 minutes. By the time I came out, they were bagging this man.
Bagging, okay?
There are people that can correlate this.
Wait. Somebody you saw eating? And you are going to do number 2?
When I came out, they were bagging this man already. Men, we have this pressure belt that when something happens, wa gbesara, wa ni kini belt yẹn já dànù. Money, I left this man alive just now in the space of 15-20 minutes ago. He was gone. Odimelu.
What's the matter, sir? Your eyes.
Yes, I will call a guy's name. Chike Anosike. Is a bank, like I heard, is a bank manager or senior bank manager. He was transferred to the ICU. Aro keji loku. Is, they put his picture on WhatsApp, on so many, it's public. People know his name. He was in my ward. When he was in my ward, I was always encouraging him because I saw it. I was always encouraging him. He just needed a bit more care. He needed attention. He needed 24 hours attention. You don't get that there. Once they administer you your drugs, they just leave you for hours. Then they come back, maybe when it's food time. He just needed more attention. But I think he felt he could get that attention at the ICU, which is for big men or bigger men. He died the following morning. When I heard, it broke me because we were all brought in and said, it wasn't about you being a prophet or pastor. We were all drawing strength.
From each other.
When I was praying, Atoyinbo àti everybody ló ń ṣàmì. Àti Mùsùlùmí. It was not about religion, it was about humanity. We were all drawing strength from each other. We would encourage Aisa, Paola. I was the youngest. It was so bad. See, it was so bad that this PPE matter. When they don't have PPEs and you have cases in the ward that are very volatile, they are not able to come because our doctors, our nurses, they are human beings. It won't only put life on the line. So they will drop the food they will drop our meals at
distance
at the front of the ward. As the youngest guy now, it's me that will carry the food. I will share. I'll give everybody, give them water. I was just doing the bit I could. I didn't care whether anybody had anything. I was just believing God that I believe I can only survive by your mercy. Ogun kọ́ ló máa wò mí sàn. Ọwọ́ ọ̀tún Olúwa ló máa wò mí sàn. Jésù ló máa wò mí sàn. I just had that conviction. Okay. So I'll be the one to go and share food and water. Not because they abandoned their duties, not because they were irresponsible. They are very responsible people at that Yaba place. But ìwọ̀nba ni wọ́n lè put life on the line wọn. And like as I hear, they are not even being paid. They are being owed.
That is very sad, sir.
Like I hear, I don't know how true it is, but that is what I hear, that they are owing doctors.
Yes, I think they are on strike for some time now, and they are just trying to reconcile them.
These are right people that are on the forefront of dying. These are people that can die. These are people that are dying. I heard doctors are even dying. There is a lady that was taking our information when I first got there. The lady said she also had corona, that she just recovered and she's back to duty. Tall, fair lady, pretty lady. Òun náà ó ṣe recover ni ó dẹ̀ tún ti padà sẹ́nu iṣẹ́ corona yẹn. So these guys are trying. They are doing their duties to the government. They are doing their duties to people. They are paying a lot of price. So being at the forefront is you telling what I be around Ruboni. They can down a co-infection, one a coup. To solve for one.
What kind of a country is this?
Wọ́n ní ìmọ́tótó, keep your environment clean, ṣègbà ṣàwo lọ́mà tó ń gbálẹ̀ fún yín tó ń keep kíní fún yín sanwó fún wọn.
I saw that horrible video and one idiot they call Iron Lady even slapping the guy 2 times and the guy came and cried out. The guy is asthmatic and you can't pay them 3 months salary. We are still treating that one on the social media. We are still pushing that EFCC should investigate Lauma.
You are not.
And they call one woman Iron Lady.
You are not caring for the people.
And we call it a progressive democracy.
No. This is a regressive democracy. No. This is the worst Nigeria has been ever. Nigeria is a failed state. Lagos is gradually failing. Let Mr. Governor hear. You need to do better. You need to do more. Ilu Eko is gradually failing. I was born in Lagos. I schooled all my life in Lagos. I'm a bona fide Lagosian. A color sorry missy. So I'm telling you, this state is gradually failing because of greed and inhumane attitude. They're not paying the doctors. There is no PPE. This PPE is just something they wear to cover their bodies, and when they finish wearing it, they cannot use it again. They provide our kidney now. What would it cost you? People are dying.
Or you think maybe they are saving that money for 2023 election?
Whatever it is, they are saving the money.
Where is the money? Even the COVID-19 intervention fund, where is it? How? Oh God, how can you get the money and some people already have property on Allen Avenue?
Whatever they are saving the money for, remember, wípé onídàájọ́ ayé á dá o. Whatever they are taking the money for, whatever they are embezzling the money for, I'm not saying you are embezzling money. I'm just telling you that maybe those under you are embezzling money. Maybe those you are sending to do things are not doing it right. There's a fantastic, I didn't go in there, but they are constructing a new COVID camp in Yaba. It's a very big place. Maybe it can take 100 or more beds and all of that. That there is, I think there's effort being made, but the effort, if you compare the effort to what's on ground, it's not at par. They are trying, because we can't say they're not doing anything. We can see the things they are doing, but they need to just do better. If you think that you are going to fight corona with this lackadaisical snail speed attitude, we are deceiving ourselves. And for those of you that say there is no corona, go to Victoria Island, go to Ikoyi, go to Lekki, just stay 2 weeks. If you don't come back to your house with corona,
this statement is very poignant, and I want you to analyze it further, because a lot of people feel that where is the corona in Nigeria?
Okay, corona is dwelling amongst the elites, the people who have the financial will, the financial capital to travel, to do all these things. I want to travel to today. There are a lot of corona patients in their homes. They won't take private treatment. And the way this corona is going to spread to the less privileged or the common man, I will tell you, for those of you who are cooks, for those of you who are stewards, for those of you who are gardeners, who are in contact with these big people in Lekki, in Aja, in Ikoyi, in Banana Island, protect yourselves. Don't bring corona to your families. Nobody will care for you. Nobody will care for you. Nobody will care for you except God. So for those of you that you know yourselves, that your guy, they are coming to treat your guy in the house, your guy is taking private treatment, protect yourselves. Your family do not deserve to go through this. I beg you in God's name. You know yourselves. If you are able to watch this video, protect yourselves. There are many of them there. To travel. Okay, they will travel ban. Want to get anybody might travel. I want you to want Nigeria now.
Some have even come in before the close.
All those ones that came.
We have the secretary to the governor of the federation.
Symptoms did not even start to occur until weeks after they came in.
Yep.
and they refuse to go, they will tell you, oh, wọ́n lè lọ sí IDH, wọ́n lè lọ sí oníkan, wọ́n máa lọ sí private clinic kan, wọ́n máa ṣe private clinic. There are private hospitals also treating these cases.
Silently?
Yes. And if they tell you, I'm not saying what the government is saying is false, but I'm telling you that they're trying to limit the fear and the panic amongst the people. That's why they're not giving you the full report of what is going on. I tell you for free, me anyone paro, but they are trying to manage our fears. They're trying to manage a whole lot of things. They're doing well, they're trying, but it can be better. They need to do more.
Because the governor of Kogi State says there's no coronavirus. There are some people that say it is not true, that it's a malaria fever. It is.
They can say whatever they like.
Okay.
You know.
Are you saying that they are trying to assuage our fears and they feel that we can't handle the truth?
I would not say. I'm not gonna accord this respect to all the governors. Or, you know, I'm speaking for Lagos State. They are trying to manage the fears of the people. You know, okay, a couple of weeks ago, maybe last week, they opened the churches. And when the surge in the number of corona patients, you know, skyrocketed, it changed his mind. That is putting your foot to the ground, regardless of who is whatever. Somebody else would ani àwọn fìtìjú karùn ẹ ṣáàjà ṣe ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì ni mọ́ṣáláṣí ni kọ́ máa sọ wá lẹ́nu ó bẹ́tà kọ́ sọ yín lẹ́nu ju káwọn èèyàn kú lọ.
So you give kudos to Governor Sanwo-Olu for that.
He put his foot on the ground, and because I told my shepherd, because when I came back from the hospital, I went straight to church to give thanks and to pray, and my shepherd prayed for me, you know, and I told him, I said, as the church is about to open, take stringent measures, especially for the children and the elderly ones. He said, oh, children are not even coming to church. I said, fine. You have to save any headache. You have to buy these things. You have to do it. Not all the churches can afford it. But you don't have, if you want the churches to open, you don't have a choice but to take the right measures.
Even with their heart.
Baba àwọn èèyàn kú. Wọ́n pariwo fún yín ni. They don't just want fear to be everywhere. You know? Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń wọnú ọjà tẹ́ ń fara kúnra yín tẹ́ ń ṣe kí pé kò sí COVID kò sí nǹkankan. Ọlọ́run ní rí kò ṣe dáadáa o.
Àmì Jésù.
Take measures. Use your face mask, your nose mask, use your sanitizers, keep your environment clean. Is the least you can do for yourself. And in none of that, no.
Just so, I mean, before we round up, really, what is the greatest experience or the greatest lesson this experience has taught you? I mean, going there, seeing people die beside you. I mean, sharing space with a dead person, eating your breakfast and your dinner.
The day I was discharged, this is why I tell you the call time for the doctors are too far apart. There was this Pakistani guy, he was brought in the night before. He was on intense oxygen. Because the space is too far apart for you to come and check your patients. The guy stood up, he was shouting, doctor, 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 was calling because his oxygen had finished. And it was a proper COVID
case.
Yeah. Not because I just saw him, but because the Lord told me. A lot of people in the world, I would even assist them to stand up, to sit. Ṣùgbọ́n Olúwa sọ pé ilé COVID tó wà lára ẹ̀ kò ń ṣe 1 kò ń ṣe 2 final stage ni má fọwọ́ kan o. I'm too sympathetic not to help. I'm too yes, not to assist someone. But I heard it. Àfi tó ọ̀tá mi fẹ́ fẹ́ mi ẹ̀ di. The guy called out. No, there was no response from many doctors. Not because they were irresponsible. Possibly they were in other wards and they were attending to other people. So because they can come and attend to him, I just told the guy, you know what, just go to your bed, just sit down. He held onto the burglary of the window beside him. He tried to manage to sit on the bed. It was far apart. He fell on the ground. Ìjókòó tó mú lọ́lẹ̀ yẹn ẹsẹ̀ Jésù ló ti lajú o. That was on the day I was discharged.
lajú sí ọ̀run ayé bo.
Ó lajú sọ́run on the street. Nígbà tó máa gbé, they tried to resuscitate him, they tried to. I said if the doctor was
sensitive.
They are sensitive, but if he was around when he was calling, if they were prompt, maybe the guy would have lived. Just maybe he would have lived. So my advice, I don't know what's happening in any other center or any place. My advice, get more doctors, get more nurses, engage more people, and pay them, motivate them. And you le ma fẹ́ mí ẹ̀ sórí high tension kó má mọ nǹkan tí ó ń fara jìyà fún. Encourage these people. Encourage them in a way that they will give their all.
Let me ask you.
Sometimes these doctors will not have PPE. They will just wear nylon and just come in just because they don't just want to just abandon us there. Èló ni PPE tí ẹ lè provide. PPE tá lè rán lónìṣà Ìwéka road tó lè rán níbẹ̀. Let's do the right thing. Táwọn ènìyàn yìí táwọn mẹ̀kúnnù yóò bá lè béèrè lọ́wọ́ yín, Ọlọ́run á béèrè lọ́wọ́ yín.
God said it in the Bible that He will ask for their blood. I mean the poor, that the poor will always be around us, and we must cater for them because He's very jealous of their existence.
I don't take myself as a rich man.
He's average.
I don't even want to take myself as average.
Comfortable.
I'm a prophet. I should live a life of piety. I should live a home. I put myself in the shoes of those who cannot even afford to run around or struggle the way I have. Kilo ma ṣe wọ́n. When I left Bagada, I don't know what happened to that woman that was laboring in her car. There are people that can correlate the stories I'm telling. There are people, and I know that when you eventually broadcast this or post this, you will see, go to your comment sections, people will correlate the stories I'm telling you. There's a guy, he was driving an end of discussion called Silver. We left Ikeja together, he met us at Bagada. He was furious about the state of our healthcare. Governor, sir, our healthcare is zero in this country, and please look into the licenses of private hospitals before you give them.
Should there be a task force?
They should be. And also for those that have gunshot wounds, I don't think any hospital should ever ask for police report before you can treat the gunshot wound and keep the patient there, detain the patient there and allow the policemen to come and carry out their investigation as to whatever happened. But don't tell a dying person to go and get police report before he is treated. It should end in this country. There's so many things that should be looked into. Forget politics. Forget all of these things.
If you have your chance to sit one-on-one with President Muhammadu Buhari, Commander-in-Chief of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and you are also sitting with Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu and the Minister of Health, what are you going to tell them to do to change? Because even the SGF, Mr. Boss Mustafa, said it during his presentation at the Senate that he didn't know that the health system in this country has collapsed to this level. And you are telling me that in your ward you saw a lot of rich men they brought, probably because there's lockdown, they couldn't fly them out of the country. We even had a rich man, what's his name, the CEO of Globe Motors, you know, he died. He was just sick, 68 years old man, and he passed away. Most of these rich people cannot even see their doctors. They can't go to Germany again, they can't go to London, they can't fly to America at short notice, and that is what you saw. So what are you going to tell Mr. President, Mr. Governor, Health Minister?
We don't have the capacity in this country to treat anything. Let the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency President Muhammadu Buhari, hear what I am saying. We don't have the capacity to treat anything in this country. You've been sick, you've gone to Germany, you've flown abroad. Please, let the education and the health sector, let it be your paramount agenda in whatever you are doing. At this point in time, we do not have the capacity to tackle COVID as we should. If it's possible for people to even be flown out, if they are accepting people, don't just allow people to die here. So many great lives have been lost. So many people of note, people of excellence, so many brains have been lost to this epidemic, to this pandemic. Let things be done the way they should. They should see things and do them the way they ought to be. The health sector is failed. The education sector is failed. And for people who manage to go to school, who manage to get a learning, who come out tops in their peers, they go outside of the country to practice. Some of them don't even have jobs where they are going to, but they rather just wait in line. They rather just do menial jobs to get by than to stay in this country. We plead with you in the name of God and in the name of humanity to fix this country. I'm a believer in Nigeria. I've always believed in this country. That's why I've not run to any country to go and stay or to relocate. Not that I can't, but I believe in the glory of Nigeria. I believe it's time for Nigeria. It's time for Africa. We cannot continue to sleep as a giant. Everything you hear is false, is lies. They have given 20,000 naira to people across the country. It's false. They have done this in the health sector. It's false. The education sector is false. Why on earth would you give money for a renovation for National Assembly and you cut off the budget of education and health? What are we thinking? Where are we going? What are we doing as a people? Are we to remain second class or third class citizens of the world? We are the best. Nigerians are the best in everything in the world. We are everywhere. We are in entertainment. We are in science. We are in technology. We are virtually everywhere. We rule the world. We are Nigerians. We are not fraudsters. We are not Yahoo boys. But your inability to do the right thing has left the common man to fend for themselves in different ways. Insecurity, cybercrime, kidnappings. We've never heard of these things in our country. We don't hear of these things. Ritual killings. It is so bad now that if you want to fart and you want to fart appropriately and you want to fart in good condition, you have to pay money. To bá fẹ́ ya Sanwo-Olu sí, o gbọ́dọ̀ sanwó.
Now, even from your experience, you can learn that if man was in charge of your heart, the kind of money will have been collected.
You know, at a point, I felt when I looked at the caliber of people around me, I knew that I was in that world by grace. I felt, okay, you know what? I don't think I have enough money, just in case, because I didn't know whether they were collecting money or they were not collecting money. But I just knew that, oh, just in case you are going to need money for anything. I was already spent. I spent so much money. You know, I even called on to my friends, people that were close. Please, I don't know what's going to happen. No. I'm going to need money. I think I'm going to need money to go through this thing. I don't know. Just in case. Some people just even looked at me and said, maybe I was just trying to be funny. Yoruba. Not that I did not have, but I just felt that maybe, there were uncertainties. Yes. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know. Oh, mobile. You don't even know.
What you're even going to spend, the uncertainties, the unreality.
This meaning we are not being given any medication, because we were given medication when we left. The medication lasted for maybe 7 days or maybe 10 days. It was up to 10 days. And the doctor friend advised me that try to purchase drugs on your own. Don't stop the drugs that you were given. If you cannot get the exact ones, try to get something close to it, but make sure that you continue the treatment, because it's a continuous process. Why is the government not giving us full medication? Is it that they cannot afford to? But even your doctor friends will not tell you this thing, except you are extremely close to them. They say, okay, buy drugs, or buy this, or buy vitamin C 1000, buy this, buy that. Continue to take this strong antibiotics so that you continue the healing process. You don't just stop it. But they will not even tell you if you are not close to them, because they don't want to go against policy or against whatever.
It's bad.
So I enjoy Nigerians, please, whether the government does what they ought to or not, which I pray they would. I pray this is a wake-up call to Mr. Governor Sanwo-Olu as to the reality of what is on ground. Your guys are doing well, but they are not being provided the necessary things they need to work. The guys, this is also an opportunity for me to thank everybody at the IDH facility in Yaba. Thank you for your care. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your support. Even up to the cleaners, the nurses, the doctors. The good Lord will take care of you and your families and will provide for you. Nigerians, COVID is real. Koro is very, very real. And money cannot save you. There is no amount of money. If it is money that is saving people, people have money now. All those people that died around me, they have money. They have money. They have money that even me, I don't think I've seen in my lifetime. One new no, there are people, wealthy people. But protect yourselves. Use your whatever they tell you to do, whether you believe it or not. Do it. Keep your environment clean. Social distancing. Protect yourselves. It's better for you to protect yourself than to spend so much money. I pray that Nigeria will wake up. I pray that greed, stealing, those of you that are stealing the commonwealth of this country, you can't take it to heaven. Your children that you are stealing this money for, that you think they're going to become something in the future, remember there's always karma and there's always judgment. And the hand of judgment of the Lord is upon the world. Ìdájọ́ Ọlọ́run ó wà lórí ayé. Bẹ́ẹ̀ fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ̀ kò sí bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe lágbára tó, ìdájọ́ Ọlọ́run á dé sórí yín. Be careful what you do. Be careful what you do. Fear God. Fear God. Ẹ bẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run. Do what is right. If everything you are stealing, you give 20% of it to the less privileged, there will be no thieves in our society. Cybercrime will drop. Just allow people, just give people food to eat. Give them a means of livelihood. Support their means of livelihood. Stop this capitalist behavior. Eko maruwanle, eko bosi wole, eko kinile, eko kini wole. Stop it. You are raising more criminals than you think. And when they finish stealing from the less privileged, awata and belong, when they finish stealing from us and there's nothing to steal again, they will face you people. Your big homes, your cars, everything. If God can judge you in different ways, so stop it. You have enough. You have more than enough. Let the common man eat. Provide for the common man. Healthcare, the basic amenities. Stop putting transformer in areas and you are coming to launch transformer 3 kVA, abi 10 kVA. Stop it. Stop giving us basic amenities and feeling like you are celebrities. mi mọ̀rúkọ tó pera ẹ̀ bóyá local government chairman ló ń pín okùn fáwọn kankan máa fi ṣẹ́ran wípé ìyẹn what is that? ìkan pín wheelbarrow, ìkan pín pọnpọ́n.
That's the Benue State, sir.
What are you doing now? What are you doing? All your graduates have become Uber drivers. Those that cannot get Uber, they become something else. These are fantastic brains. Do you know how many jobless youths, how many jobless first class graduates are lying everywhere? Ẹlòmíì lọ kọ́ graphic artist kó lè jẹun. Kí ló dé now? Build hospitals. Àwọn owó tẹ̀ ń gbà ètò owó tó ń repatriate sílùú yìí, just give us 10 standard hospitals around Nigeria, across the country. Just give us 10 standard ones. We are not asking for much. Where you can go to and get proper health care. Pay our doctors. Pay them at least 1 million, 2 million. Pay them good money. Let them begin to come back home. Say they want to come and work in Nigeria because you are doing well. They don't have jobs where they are going to, but they will just wait to see whether an opening will come. Yeah. They rather die in the cold than to come back home. Let's fix this country. Let's fix this nation. Or are we praying that Nigeria should just go into oblivion, just die and fade out? Because the bad germ will die, will fade out. If you tell you that in die is dying. How much do you want to have? Secretary to the state government or to the federal government, Abba Kyari, how much did it take to heaven? Ó yẹ kó kọ́ wa lọ́gbọ́n. Bàbá Pẹpẹrítò ti lọ èlò ló kó lọ sọ́run. Ẹ jẹ́ ká kọ́gbọ́n. Ẹ jẹ́ kí ìwà ìkà kó kúrò nínú ọkàn wa. Ẹ jẹ́ ká ní àánú ọmọlàkejì wa. And for those of you out there, if you don't see your friends, check upon them, check on them. If you don't, we all meet in church every Sunday. How are you? Oh, you're doing fine. That's not been there for a while. Check on people. Check how they are doing. People have lost, a lot of jobs have been lost in this period of pandemic. Some people do not even have what to eat. Don't think because maybe they are driving a car. Some people will drive, they will leave their houses in Ikeja. They will drive to Ikodu to go and do kabu because they don't want people that know them to see them. Check on people. Check how they are faring. Churches, take responsibility. Mosques, take responsibility. Let us be socially responsible.
My name is Mrs. Abimbola, Prophetess Abimbola Jimo. I thank God. I give God the glory. I uplift Him because the experience was massive. I came to see him before that COVID whatever started. So I stayed with him for a while because he was slightly sick, So I left from my home. It was about the third day, one of his brothers called me and said that the prophet was sick. I said, what happened again? He said he could not breathe well. What could have happened? But they were hiding it from me, as a mother that and they know very well that I will be worried. I will be worried. So I started calling them. So what's the next step? Should I come down again? They said I should not bother. I said, what do you mean I should not bother? I'm not calm. I'm worried. They said I shouldn't bother. I kept on calling them. Where were you? They said they had left one hospital for the other. You know, wherever they go to, they will not accept him, that because of the fear of corona. So up till in the midnight, before they got to that Yaba center, every other places they got to, they did not accept him. They would tell them, go to this place, go to another hospital, go to another hospital. So in the midnight, I was praying. I was just praying. I told God, look at me. I've never harmed anybody in my life. I've always been good to people. Use that to judge me over this child. So God now told me, start asking for mercy. I didn't know what they were passing through. I didn't know. By the time they related it to me, no, I know God is alive. Jesus is alive. He said, ask for mercy. So I started praying for mercy. God, please, let them find mercy. Mercy from you, mercy from people that they will meet as they were going about. And as God would have it, the place, even when they got to that place, they did not want to accept him initially, but they found mercy that one of the doctors was just passing by. And I said, what's happening? He said that he was sick. He said, hey, so what is happening? They were telling them there were no vacant bed. So he said, no, you should be admitted. Let him be admitted. That was how he got the admission. And I give God all the glory that he intervened. He intervened. So what I will say at this junction is that mothers, we should be prayerful, and we must be kind to every child, all children that passes through us, and we should always care for them. Despite the fact you don't know their mothers, you don't know their parents as well, care for them. Anybody that cries to you for assistance, try and help them in your own little way. At that time, even up till this moment, I had people that are living in my house, that their landlords, chase them out because of rent, and they don't have money on them. I accepted them. They are living with me. One of them just left. Two of them just left last Sunday. One of them, when they got a place, there was no money, and they liked the place. The money I wanted to use for my prepaid meter, I added other to it. I gave it to them. Go and pay for it. Till you'll be able to refund it. So because a family of 6, go and pay for it.
So they've been faced with problem of life. They've been sacked.
Pardon me?
They don't have money to pay their house rent. A family of 6, they've lost their job. There's challenge.
There is a challenge. Even no job.
So you sold into their life.
Praise be to the Lord. at that time that my child was passing through that experience, I had families living with me. It's God that feeds us, it's not me. She understand. So if you want to ask God for anything, you have to check back. What do you have to tell God that use this to judge me? If you had been a parent that doesn't, care for others, you don't know what your child will encounter in life or at that present point in time. Maybe it's what you are going to do for those people that is going to rescue your child or your children, wherever they may be. So we need to be prayerful. We need to be very close to God. We must not be mothers that sleep all night. Wake up at night, pray for your children, pray for the people around you, the pregnant women, those that are looking for the fruits of the womb, you pray for them. Those that are looking for jobs, pray for them. Help people, touch people's lives. Be kind, be generous. Some may feel that you are being foolish. Thank you. But don't look at that. Look at the children you are having at hand. Look at your generations that will come when you too might have left this world. My mother, my parents, nobody will cry to them and will live without crying. In their time. So it's an inbuilt something. I remember one time one of my children was UI. He came home and I gave him money. And after 2 weeks, he called again. Mommy, I need money. I said, what sort of money? You just left home? And he said, then somebody needed money now, and I have given him. It's what you said we should be doing, that we should help others. I couldn't talk again. I just kept quiet. So I forwarded another money to him. So I said, God, I thank God that, they too, they are following the footstep. So also my husband, he will not come to him for help and he will not assist. He's still alive.
Your father is alive? Your husband?
Yes, my husband is alive.
I'm surprised. That's a complete family.
Yes, my husband is alive. Mr. Jimo is alive.
That's interesting. You're a good woman.
We thank God. We thank God. My mother is a good woman. I won't use words for her. And my father.
It's a good woman in her lifetime.
In her lifetime.
Your dad.
Yeah.
You are Muslim Lagosians.
Yes, a Lagosian from Kadoso family. Yes. She was very, very, very nice. Even the day she died, at 90, she died at 90.
90? Age 90?
Yes.
Do you remember her name or that?
Alhaja Amudalat Kadoso.
Alhaja Amudalat Kadoso, and your dad?
Alhaji Ayinde. Yeah. He was a very nice person. I could remember there was a time somebody came to my sister in Lagos then. So in the course of that discussion, we now got to know that man came from Ibadan. My father was from Ibadan. So he now said, you that are a Lagosian, you are saying you are from Ibadan. It's a lie. She said, I'm from Ibadan. Now Asukuno compound. He said, don't say that. He said, who is your father then? My sister told him our father's name. He said, you are a liar. Alhaji can't be your father. Alhaji was my father. Morning, afternoon, meal, evening, that he had all his meals for the day in my father's house, and he never knew his parents. That day, he gave my sister 50,000 naira. He said, and this is Alhaja. and he used to come to our house. He will come, they will go into my mother's pot, they will eat, finish everything. I said, you shed tears. That's, we came from good parents. You know, that is just the way we are in our families. So we thank God for everything.
So there's a reason to be a good parent.
Yeah, there is a reason to be a good parent too, because your children will always repeat.
In the long run.
In the long run, they will repeat. All these people I'm talking about that they are staying with me, they will pray. Your children will reap what you are doing for us. So if it had been a bad thing, that is how they will be saying it behind you. You know, they will pray every morning. Anytime they will be praying. Your children will repeat, your grandchildren will repeat, your generation will repeat. Whatever we are doing today, we are sowing it for our future generations.
You have a message for politicians of today. What message do you have for them?
That they should be good to people. They should be nice to us. They should touch people's lives. People are suffering. People are homeless. People they lack jobs. They don't have means of survival. No means of earning. You know, I know a man of about 68 years old that is a driver, and they pay him 35,000 naira. What is he going to do with that? He's a tenant. He will have to pay his rent, pay NEPA bill, all bills with 35,000 naira. They should try and touch people's lives. People are dying every day out of joblessness, out of homelessness. You know, they should remember that all these things they are acquiring, one day they will die and leave everything. They will leave it for those that they did not know how they gathered this wealth, and it will be wasted. And we shall all come to the throne of God to give account of whatever we have done in life. So they should always remember that all the people that died and they are still dying at COVID-19 centers, they left families behind. They left families behind. That the people that died, probably they are the heads of their families. You know, the vacuum will be there. Who is going to fill it up? They should touch people's lives. They should stop lying to us. We are not babies, but because we don't have power to fight them, we have prayers to fight them. And I know that God is punishing them in one way or the other in the corners of their rooms. They cannot come out to say it. Whatever they gathered today will be squandered by people that did not work for it. That is what I have to say today.
On the last note, ma, what can you say about Prophet Judah Jimoh, your son? He's a prophet to a lot of people, and God himself has taken him into the COVID-19 center to see what is happening, for him to share his experience with the world, so that people can learn and maybe increase their prayer or change their bad ways. So what are you going to say about the prophet who is your son?
What I have to say about him is that he's a very good child, a kind one, and he touches people's lives, and he doesn't tell lies. He has passed through a lot in the course of his life. He has passed through a lot. Despite that, because what I train them is with that, what I have given you is God, and nothing but God, and nothing must be mingled with it, and that he is doing alongside his brothers. One God, only one God, Jehovah Jesus Christ, only Michael. Nothing must be added to it, and that is the steps they are following, you know. But you know, he has passed through a lot. If you happen to be somebody that is plain and straightforward, You understand? You know, the people of the world will never like you. Understand? They will never like you. They will want you to be part of their camp. But once you are not part of their camp, they will never like you. So I always tell them, put your faith down to the truth. When my mother was dying, she gave me God. So also my father. She said, Ọlọ́run ni mo fún ẹ o. Má lọ bá wọn gba ẹgbẹ́ àjẹ́ o. Kò sí nǹkan kan tí o lè rí ńbẹ̀. That was her words to me in her life. Before I went to the Quranic school, she was the one that taught me Ayata Kursi from the Quran, because she studied Quran too, and my father also. You know, she said, it's God I have given to you, and that is what you should follow. Don't mingle anything with it. And that has been our watchword. Judah has been a straightforward person. He has been battered here and there, but he still stands by God. And I pray to God in his infinite mercy that God should continue to be with him, to strengthen him. Whatever word they may wage against him, God should always make him to prevail in the name of Jesus, and his brothers as well. And every good parents, I pray for them that our children, God will always be with them, because of our truthfulness, because of our straightforwardness, because of our closeness to God. God will always be with our children. Whatever they may be passing through today, by his grace, it will be over in the mighty name of Jesus, and the truth will prevail. They will get to their glories in the mighty name of Jesus.
So Mama, God bless you, Ma. We pray that God is going to give you long life, goodness of health, happiness, and you benefit from all your children and your grandchildren. And by the time God calls you to be at the very good advanced age, and you will go to heaven.
Amen. Amen. In the mighty name of Jesus. I've always told God, I don't want to be 100. I don't want people to make me feel heaven. Yeah, I'm working assiduously to make heaven. I am praying, and I'm praying, I'm still praying that even if it is going to be on trial, God should help me, and he will help all of us. Because the Bible says, èrè kí ló jẹ́ fún ènìyàn tó jèrè gbogbo ayé tó sọ ẹ̀mí ẹ̀ nù, àní sọ̀jọ̀bọ̀ Ọlọ́run in the mighty name of Jesus.